Hello guys, and you are very welcome here in my channel on Tuesday where I answer your questions. And this week I got one interesting question from you that I want to answer. The question was, can you please briefly talk a little about how to apply for specialization in Germany? So wonderful question. I think I'm gonna answer the question at the end of the video, but I just want to explain how do you become a specialist in one field of medicine or surgery in Germany. I think that's very important to understand what's going on. So we don't have boards in Germany. It's not like the UK, not like the US, not like Australia. We do have something what we call, or at the end of the training time, which is in most of fields, it's about 5 to 6 years, mostly 6 years. And if you're like want to specialize, then it's more than 6 years. But like for basic things like plastic surgery, like vascular surgery, like visceral surgery, there is a difference between the visceral surgery and general surgery in Germany. And I think gynecology is also like 6 years. So how does the whole thing goes? For everything, the council who is responsible for declaring you as a specialist, or what we call in German Facharzt, a specialized doctor, that's the council of doctors in the state where you are going to be applying for the test at the end of your training. At the end of these 6 years, you apply for the test in a council. Let's say you are in Berlin, then you apply in Berlin, and they have certain things that you have to bring with you. And only if you bring these things, you're allowed to apply for the test. Now, what are these things that I should bring with, and how do I acquire them? So I just looked it on the internet. You can find it like very easily, but the thing is, most of the things are in German. You wouldn't be probably able to find it in English. So I just looked like plastic surgery requirements, and I just got the requirements in Bayern for example. And I'm just looking at it. In Bayern for plastic surgery, they want 24 months of basic common trunk, basic surgery. And this is a 1 year surgery. Like, that shouldn't be plastic surgery, there can be other surgical fields, but 6 months in emergency room and 6 months in intensive care unit. So that's time. We're talking about time. That's a time. You have to spend this time in facilities that have what do you call it? That have the ability to certify that you did this. That is not only university hospitals. That are many hospitals in Germany who have the ability to give you. So you can do that in many hospitals in Germany. And the other thing that they want for plastic surgery is 48 months of training in plastic surgery. And of these 48 months, 12 months can be in other surgical field, like, I don't know, like vascular surgery, let's say. And 12 months or I think it's or 12 months in a praxis, in an outpatient clinic, not in hospital. So that are the time requirements. So these times, where do you do them? That's your own thing. This council doesn't care if you do these trainings in Hamburg, if you do it in Munich, if you do it in Berlin. They don't give a shit. They just want a certification that you did this time in a hospital that is allowed to give you. And these are many hospitals in Germany. Many hospitals are allowed. There are no boards. Nobody controls if the people actually train you or look at you or speak with you. They don't care. They just care that you have your papers. So that's the time. The one other thing that you have to bring papers for, papers are important in Germany, papers. So just let me check it out. This one, what many call logbook. This logbook, there are a number of procedures like checking out now the number of procedures for plastic surgery. They say like central venous catheters 25, blood transfusions 50, regional anesthesia 50, so something like that. Yeah. If you go like weiter, if you go further, then they want 50 operations in head and neck region. They want 100 operations on the hand. The thing is, so from this logbook, the thing is, they want it signed, but nobody controls if you did the operations really. And most of the people don't, that I know, don't really do that amount of operations by themselves. They do it with help, they do it with somebody there, but like self-sufficient, nobody can do that. Like but you get it always signed. It is the way it is here, and all the chefs, like the people who are responsible for signing this, they just sign it. If you do the time, they'll sign it for you. You'll go do your test. It's like nothing big. Everybody does the test, and about everybody succeeds in the test. Like at least 90 or 95% of people succeed in the test. It's like, it's not that big of a test. It's one test at the end of this time, at the end of the 6 years, where you sit for 45 minutes with 3 other professors or like leading figures from this specialty, like from plastic surgery, and they ask you like a couple of questions. You gotta learn a little bit for it, but it's like, it's not a killing test. You get to go through it. So after doing this test and passing this test, you get the title Facharzt, specialized doctor in a certain specialty. Does that mean a lot? It means that you're allowed to operate without supervision, and that means already a lot, because the way I've seen it, it doesn't matter how shitty your training was. Sorry for being like really honest, but I like it that way. But I just gotta say it the way it is. Nobody cares about how shitty your training was. The moment that you got this title, it's like you've been titled from the Queen. You're allowed to operate. But it doesn't mean a lot, because for most of surgeons, like being a specialist starts after this test, where you start to be allowed legally to operate everything you want. But it's not like you're a consultant. It's not like you're what do you call it, like in English? I have to think some words. What's the hand work? It's not like that. You're just gonna need a couple of years of working on your own, and still working on your own without going to the next level, which we call here Oberarzt, or I don't know what you call it in English. There is no word for it out there. You're a specialist, but let's call it consultant. Like, it's the next level. And to this next level you go if you get a job where the people need a consultant. Then so they make you consultant somewhere else, or where you were after working for a certain time, proving yourself. Then you get to be a consultant, and then you're like really a specialist who can do stuff. So that's the way to specialty. How do you apply? You don't apply, you just get the approbation, which is the German license to practice, and then you start somewhere, knowing where you want to end up. You just start somewhere. If you know that you are gonna end up in surgery, then you start in general surgery, for example, and then you go from there. Or you know, like you want to do cardiology, then you start somewhere in internal medicine. And that's the way it is here. I hope that this video didn't confuse you. If it did confuse you, then please write me a message and ask me, or write in the comments your question. I'll try to clarify. Thanks for being here, and I wish you a wonderful day. Until next week. Bye-bye.